Hi everybody, and welcome back. Last time on Betrayal at Krondor, that is Locklear, aka Locky, Owen, and Gareth, made their way through the Dwarven Mines, slayed the Baragnur, which basically is probably a very peaceful rock person living in the mines that don't apparently really belong to the dwarves, of which there is only one. Nonetheless, that dwarf gave us a handsome reward of 150 gold pieces, so we're rich! At least for the time being. Rich enough that we don't really know what to do with the money, so we're just going to head on and on our way in the vague direction of Krondor, where we eventually need to head. We're going to get to Zune pretty soon, that's the next crossroads, and then we're going to make our way east to Hawk's Hollow, which is what we've been telling people on the road that we're going to, because we're undercover basically. And we're still basically on the lookout for hidden treasures and also on the lookout for assassins that appear to be, well, on Gareth's tail and Locklear's, and Owen's just pretty much tagging along because he knows too much. Gareth stopped and stared off into the distance. After several seconds of contemplation, he turned and began to speak. Look at that tree over there. The lower limbs have all been hacked off. That either means we're near someone's property line, or someone was ensuring they had unobstructed view of the area. If we continue in this direction, we should proceed with great caution. Yeah, basically, that was, I think, his scouting skill setting in. It means that there's an ambush somewhere here. I don't really see anybody, so we're just going to get off the path. We're going to save, because who knows what's lying in wait for us, and then we're just going to try if we can get the drop on whoever's trying to ambush us. Oh, they were being watched. Unsure where their observers were located, Locklear wheeled about just as a figure emerged from behind the trees. Yeah, they got the drop on us. It's two assassins this time. Now, I think we can just continue our little routine here. It's not too much to worry about, really. Just in case, I'm going to have Owen cast Despair Thy Eyes on the one in the background there, and then Locklear and Gareth can deal with this one. Alright, you too. Okay, well, you can just stand there and regenerate, I think. And Locklear, I think he can do a... Yeah, he can do a try swing, because his accuracy is decent enough. Very nice, because that does a little more damage for reduced accuracy. Gareth, you just thrust. Thrust for great justice! Oh, and you just keep regenerating your stamina, because you might need it for something else. This one's not really a threat. He's missing, of course. Now... No, I'm not going to shoot at him with a crossbow, I'm just going to hit Locklear. Also, I'm going to change Gareth's tagged skills in just a moment when we're out of this, because I'm not really happy with them. I think he has too many. I think he can't regenerate anymore. Well, never mind. That guy's no problem whatsoever. Might as well... Yeah, just... Why not? Just get over there and see if you can pummel him a bit, if you get the chance. Yeah, just... you know... Get over here. Okay, swing! No! Just kill that guy! It's not like he's a threat to anybody. Okay, Owen can't do anything, so I'm just going to have him run around a bit. Why not? It's not like it makes a difference. Oh, come on! Don't be silly! Just stand there. You know, something that would be nice would be an auto-combat option for just one character like Owen when I don't really want him to do anything. So I don't have to click through him, but it's not like this is a big deal. This is just costing you guys stamina. This is just finish him off. He's going to get a hit off on you if you keep this up. I don't think Owen can have a crossbow, because that would make, well, it would make sense for him to have one. There we go, but I don't think he can. He was alive! Yes, he is. Checking on Gareth's welfare. I don't know why he always checks on Gareth's welfare. He can take care of himself. Yes, Gareth's melee ability has increased. That's what I want to happen. Before I forget, I'm going to first take a sip of hot chocolate. After which I'm going to light this here cigarette. And now, his scouting ability, well, that helped us just then, so it's good for him to have it. I am, however, going to do away with his accuracy crossbow and with his assessment. Because I want him to get better at melee and defense. I know we got Locklear, but we won't always have Locklear. We're going to miss him. We're going to be dreaming of the days that we had Locklear. I'm telling you. Let's loot those buddies. Thinking only makes it worse, like always. Always good to give rations. Let's share them. And I think Owen's inventory is full. Yeah, we need to get to a place where we can sell all that junk. How about that other guy? Now that's a whetstone. Very good. The dragonstone? There isn't enough room. Yeah. No! Nobody has enough room. It's not like this stuff is worth much. Soon we're going to have to drop stuff. I'm still not completely sure what the dragonstone does. I think it's a way to magically enhance certain weapons, and I'm pretty much sure it's swords. But we can't use them on those swords, so I'm going to keep it for a while and try it on different swords. But if it doesn't work, I'm just going to sell it, because if I recall correctly, you can fetch a decent price for that. First of all, let's fix our swords. Wasn't that as bad as he thought? Well, it's 89 now. Yeah, his weaponcraft isn't too great yet. Let's switch that. And let's see what Gareth can do with his stuff. Yeah, not too great either. That's alright. And it's good to fix those weapons, even though it uses up the whetstone. Because obviously weapons in better condition fetch a better price, and we're going to... Yeah, his weapon craftability increased. Because, we're going to sell him. The next possible opportunity. So that much for this ambush. Now, it's going to take a while until the combat is going to be really difficult, but not that long. I don't think... Well, it pretty much depends on where we're going. We have free reign of the map at this point. We can go where we want. Eventually we'll need to head to Krondor to progress the plot, but it's up to us when we do that. So if we just dig around in this area, then nothing horrible is going to happen to us, but obviously we're not going to get anywhere either. And since enemies don't respawn, I don't think, at least most of them don't, it's not like we'd get anything out of it. We could enjoy the view, but as much as I like the game, it's not that much to be looked at. So let's just head into, I think, Zun is what this is. And just see what we can find. Maybe there's a store, I don't know. And as I thought, this is just a regular little village, not a proper town that has its own map. A tavern! Well, how nice. Tavern keeper greeted them at the door. Guiding them inside to a cluster of tables, he produced a sheaf of papers, which had been inked with the name of various goods and drinks, above which had been written the name of the tavern, the Green Cat. Quite something, eh? The tavern keeper said in obvious admiration. It's to become the fashion in all the taverns in, I hear. I believe the word for it is menu. Unfortunately, I won't have anything on it for a while. So, chance, can I get you a bit to eat? Why not? Cash up front, I don't know. What? Days rations? I don't know how they are better than rations. And I think we have enough of them. He has 8, he has 15, he has 7. Let's give 1 to Gareth. Split it up a bit so everybody doesn't carry that much. Yeah. Nothing we need really. We're just going to explore the city and then we're going to see if it's time to rest, maybe. Maybe there's bound to be an inn as well. Hello. The door swung open. With blurry eyes and smelling of alcohol, a 40-ish looking man stared out at them. Well, what do you want? Out with it! We're hoping you could give us some directions. Directions? Directions? The man's eyes blazed as he snared a wine bottle from the floor. I'll give you directions! Before Locklear could react, he felt the impact of the wine bottle against his skull. I don't know if he took damage from that. Let me just check. Maybe. I don't think so, but I think his stamina was already at 35. So, this was just somebody's house, which we invaded for no good reason at all. So, let's continue our way. What's here? Luckily knocked at the door of the small wooden house, then waited patiently for someone to answer. After several seconds, a woman appeared and ushered them inside. I don't have time to talk unless it's really important, sirs. I have to finish preparing some mushrooms that I picked for the shopkeeper over at Keggers. He nearly ran out of healing restoratives yesterday, and you know what they say. You can kill me, but you can't eat me. I didn't know they say that, but I'm going to keep that in mind. That's a strange expression, Gorath said. What does it mean? To tell the truth, I don't know, the woman replied, her face brightening with a wide grin. It was something that Baron Cavan used to say. Never could make sense out of it. Now if you'll excuse me, I really must be running along. Well, we learned the local saying. You can kill me, but you can't eat me. Great. Place is abandoned. Let's see if we can find something. Oh, yes, a crossbow string and a little bit of money. This crossbow. I think we could fix up his crossbow. He sucks at it anyway, so might as well have it at 100%. No place to stay. Oh, with this southeast. Let's take a look at the map because I'm already getting lost again. Okay, so this just slopes around here. There's another house there, so we can check this out. Was there another house here? Okay, that's where we just went. Good. And those little towns usually have a graveyard somewhere, and well, we don't have a shovel unless we could go for some grave robbing. I could go for some grave robbing, don't know about you guys. It's always fun. In the meantime, though, yeah, we could also explore a bit and see if there's chests somewhere. There's really good stuff in chests, but a bell rang. No sooner had Locklear managed to get the door open than he thought the shopkeeper was escorting him inside. Very good. Ah, so this is the option. So he's probably not going to buy our weapons. And he's doing no repairing. Well, let's see. Dragonstone. Unless this guy sells weapons... No, he doesn't. Let's try to sell our junk here. Let's change those weapons. 8. This is even better. Let's give that to Locklear. No, it's not. What are you, 81? Alright. Hopefully he buys armors. He doesn't! He has no use for such an item. Well, balls. Also not for the sword. We're going to sit on those things for a while, I think. We're not going to sell the herbal packs or anything. But he's going to buy the Dragonstone off us, I believe. Where is it? There it is. 14? No. Decline. That's not enough. And it doesn't take up too much space, so... I'm going to see Adventurine. What does that do? Using crossbow strings. Okay, so that's to repair crossbow strings. We don't really need that. Killian's root oil. Temporarily enhance the qualities. That's like a weapon buff. There's a lot of those. They're good to have, but I don't want to spend any money on them just yet. Magical effects when sweared on edged weapons. It costs a lot, but it's good to have because some enemies can only be hurt by magical weapons. What does Redwood Brew do? Improve his sword play. It would be really good to have those things on us, but I really want to be stingy with money. Sharpen sight. All useful things, really, but we didn't use any restoratives so far. And how many herbal packs do we have? 9. That's a lot. I'm tempted to buy either restoratives or herbal packs. Those are really good to have, but we can always come back. Let's leave. I'm optimistic considering our current equipment. And well, I think it gets dark, but not much we can do about that. And there's no inn. Well, there's a tavern, but we can't rest in there. I'm just going to take a bit of a look around here, see if there's some treasures, presents for us. And then we're going to set up camp right next to town, where it's unlikely that somebody's going to attack us. And then we can continue bright and early in the morning. Okay, are we on the road yet? Yeah, we are now. Okay, where do we need to head next? South. And then... well, just a little bit south, and then east. Towards... what was it called? I forget the name. It was pretty distinctive. Hawk's Hollow. Alright. So south... this is not south at all, this is north, which means that the other way is supposed to be south. So we just did a 360 for no good reason at all. That's where we need to go. Let's take a couple of more steps until it gets really dark. I don't want to travel really in the complete night, but since it's a 12-hour cycle, I don't want to rest for 12 hours really, because that's just losing time. But now I can't see anything anymore. Let's rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get a jolly 12 hours, 10 hours of sleep. Why not? Everybody's still got enough rations. And it's bright and early in the morning now. So far we haven't really found anything useful beside the road, except for an ambush, but it really pays out to take a look. At this stage in the game, the items aren't too valuable, but at some points it's really lifesavers, like lots of gold, really great weapons, spells sometimes, general equipment, rations. That's pretty much what I'm looking for the most right now, rations, because I don't want to run out of rations. Because it's not like they cost much, but they do cost money, and you can't get them everywhere. You need to get to a city or town. And usually when you run out of rations, you're not near one. Okay, let's not stay. This is east. Alright, so this goes to Hawk's Hollow, which we are headed. So we're taking a detour basically. We're not taking the direct way to Krondor. But that's fine, because as I mentioned, I pretty much wanna stretch the first chapter. So it's going to take me ages to get through the first chapter. After that it's going to be quicker, so just in case anybody's wondering. This is, from my personal experience, which may be really faulty. There's somebody as an ambush. I see you guys. Is he following us? No. Because it pays out to stretch out the first chapter, just so you're in a comfortable position afterwards. I'm going to try to get the drop on those guys if they haven't already seen us. Okay. Oh. Oh, they got the drop on us. Luckily, I struggled to make sense of it all. As the enemy advanced, his concentration was in two places. In his legs, making certain of his stance and balance, and on his opponents, wondering how they had been able to track them down so quickly. Because I suck at this. All such thoughts were quickly forgotten as the enemy charged into their ranks. I'm not really sure if you can speak of ranks if there's only 3 people, but hey, it's 3 this time, so this may be a tad more difficult. I am going to blind the one in the middle here to split them up a bit and keep them off Owen. And Locklear and Gareth are going to take the other 2, and then hopefully they leave Owen alone. You're just going to defend him. No! They're always after Owen, always. And he's got almost no speed, so run, Owen, run! Ah well, at least they're getting back there, so that's nice. We're going to blind a different person now, and after that things should pretty much be smooth sailing. I like the music, by the way. Obviously it gets repetitive at some point, but still, I like it. Okay, this guy should be done for really quickly. And just for gits and shiggles, I'm going to blind the other guy as well. So everybody's blind, and we can do with them what we want. We can have our way with them. For some reason, their combat savvy grows better when they're blinded, apparently. Can't see anything. God damn it, finish him. Oh, this guy's trying to make his escape. I don't want that. If they escape, we don't get their juicy loots. There we go. I don't know, sometimes they actually manage to escape even though they're blind, which makes sense because they're just running in some direction. Still. Okay, you just regenerate. Keep whacking them! Just in case, I'm going to blind the one in the back again, so he doesn't get any funny ideas. And also to train Owen's spellcasting. Oh! Oh, he got away. That's not good. Usually those guys just have swords and armor anyway. You can't really carry much more of that, but still. Every once in a while they have money or rations or even better items. Yes, Locklear's abilities have increased. Now... always thinking makes it worse. Share the rations. Now you have too many again, haven't you? Yeah, there we go. What else did he have? Can't carry much more of that. In fact, can't carry any of it anymore. What was that other guy? Sometimes they lie on top of each other awkwardly, so it's really hard to... No, it's really hard to loot them. You need to walk in a different direction and change your perspective to see that there's actually more of them than just one bundle of corpse. The one maybe back here. And the combat areas are based on the actual terrain. Ah, there we go. So the one that ran away, if we had gotten him, he'd be somewhere here, which is neat, I think. It's not just some gold. It's not just some generic combat map. Landmarks do get into it to some degree. And on we go! I think hot chocolate is my new recording drink. At least when it's cold, like it's today. I switched those. It used to be ice cold chai or hot tea. Now it's hot chocolate. And cranberry juice. I like cranberry juice. Oh, and there's a temple. That's really good. We don't need anything from the temple, but it's good to find them, because you need to basically activate, you're going to see. It's always good to have found temples. Let's enter. Incense swirled, striding between the columns of the temple. Luckily, I made for the heavy wooden doors, which had been sealed against the daylight and which preserved the privacy of any ceremonies in progress. Pulling a tasseled rope which hung next to the door, he awaited the response of the door warden. The Temple of Killian. There's a lot of gods. I don't really know their domains or anything like that. If I'm going to see the god of death, I'm going to recognize him. All of them are really similar. It's this. The fire was cold. Unnerved by their natural flame, Lockley decided to explore elsewhere. But this is the teleporting. I see the mandala interests you. Turning, Locklear noticed a thin young man standing in the archway, his hands hidden in the folds of his robe. While the relations between the temples and the new Academy of Magic of Stardock have been cool, it is one of the treasures they have passed on of the Serani magic. It has given us great mobility. Mobility? Locklear asked. How can a painting help you move? The acolyte smiled. It would be easier to explain by example. Tell me about a place you are familiar with, a place where you have spent a good deal of time. Locklear shrugged, describing the place he had grown up, the layout of the rooms, the various things associated with his home. Very good, the man replied. As you described those things to me, doubtless you experienced certain memories through which you were able to revive your past. In the same way, these mandalas help us locate a place. By memorizing a pattern painted on the wall of a specific temple, we may will ourselves there. I could think my way home with this? No, the memory of your home would be too unfocused for you to make the attempt. But if you were to memorize this pattern, you could return here by recalling its image in your mind when assisted by the power of another temple. Locklear looked back at the mandala, lost in thought for a moment, his eyes soaking up the intricacies of it. I assume there would be some fee associated with moving between locations? The acolyte nodded. As simple as it is in concept, it still requires a great deal of effort to move even a single individual. Though I am told the Tirani Great Ones move about with less effort. I believe Pug wished to restrict our knowledge of this in some way until we had proven we would not abuse its power. A bell sounded. Abruptly, a darkly robed priest swept into the room and came to a halt behind Locklear. I was alerted that you might desire to use the mandala. Desire, perhaps, but I haven't seen any of the other symbols. I don't suppose you could go with us? I regret that I cannot assist you, the priest said. My duties require I stay here to guide others that wish to arrive. I'm sorry. There's the back room. Here we can basically, we can talk to people. We can also get a blessing, which is basically just a buff. We could cure people, and curing basically also means reviving people. But at the moment, none of us is sick, and none of us needs curing, so we're good. Let's talk. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to read everything just because there's some messages that are just generic, repetitive messages, and I'm only going to use them when it when there's some motivation behind it. Now. We should be relatively near to Hawk's Hollow now, which is I think a day's march. Oh no, it's a bit more, so we're going to have to rest in between. And I don't know where this little side road leads to. We're going to explore, because that's basically what the first chapter is going to be about for me. Just exploring places as much as possible. Although some of those side roads don't really do much else but slope around and then meet with the main road afterwards. But sometimes there's encounters, there's treasure, sometimes there's little towns, and I think I saw, yeah, there's something here, alright. Let's take a look, and let's save because it may be trapped. Okay, it's a Moradel chest again, with a riddle, which I'm not very good at. I'm basically not good at riddles, but also those tend to be pretty intuitive, and obviously English isn't my first language, but let's just see. When it comes in from sea to shore, 20 paces you'll see, no less, no more. I have no idea. I'm going to toy around with this a bit. When it comes in from sea to shore, 20 paces. Oh, fog. That would be an idea. Right? Right! Haha! Let's see what's in it. Okay, lockpicks, very nice. We need those. And a fair bit of money. We're going to leave the sword, it's not in very good condition, and if we find like 100%, a sword with 100% condition, we're going to take it just because it's worth more than some of those we're carrying around. But it's probably not going to happen. There's campfires. We don't know who used them. Another campfire. And another campfire. But was there something? No, nothing more. The graphics obviously make it difficult sometimes to see if there's a chest hidden somewhere. I'm pretty sure that I overlooked a lot of them already, but it's alright, because as I mentioned, we're doing decently well. But also, as you may have noticed, with pretty much every single encounter it gets difficult. There were 2 at the beginning of this video, and then there were 3 assassins, and pretty soon they're going to be crossbowmen and then spellcasters, and then and lots of like parties of 4 or 5, and then it's going to start to get really hairy, because as useful as Despair Thy Eyes is, it's not going to help us against that many and that specialized people. We're just going to be able to buy time with it, and people are going to attack Owen without anything I can do about it. So we need to find better equipment, better weapons for our melee fighters. If I find a really great crossbow, then obviously I'm going to give that to Gareth and then train up his range accuracy. Is this just going to slope around? Probably. But I still feel like exploring it. Let's just get on the road here. Yeah. Let's see, because sometimes there's little inns or something like that, and I'm going to try to rest it. What is this? Wait a moment. Oh, it's just a fence, alright. Nothing over here. Or abandoned huts with at least marginal loot in it, and it's worth checking those out. It's not like we're in any rush. Oh yeah, there's a hut. Maybe we're going to be welcome in here. Who knows? Oh, it's a shop. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look behind the shop, because maybe there's something hidden there. Maybe. No, nothing. And I think we're going to just set up camp in front of the shop here, and in the morning we're going to see if he has anything interesting, or maybe some information about the area. And then we're going to continue our way to Hawk's Hollow. Now, we're just going to, sleep until daybreak. Wait a second. Wait a second. God damn it. I think Owen has been poisoned. I'm just going to now condition normal. I think it's just because his stamina is pretty low. We're going to leave it like that for the time being. I'm going to keep an eye on him, because he might have a fever or something. Things like that happen. I like that about the game. It's good that we have those herbal packs and those restoratives, but I really hope we don't have to use them. Anyway, this is it for this video, and whenever we come back we're going to see what the shop in there has to offer, and then we're going to continue our way towards Hawk's Hollow. Till then, take care of yourselves, everybody. Be well and have fun at whatever it is you're doing. Bye bye!